Welcome to this video. In this video, I will explain a very important concept which is called quality as an investment, which is again identified in various books as quality of economics or economic side of quality. Because in the business world, there is a perception that any investment for quality is not providing any returns and it is a waste of money. This notion is not very correct and it fails to accept the fact that quality has an influence for the bottom line of the organization. Because of that, we in this quality subject identify this as cost of poor quality. Let's go into detail. What does this mean? This means actually cost of poor quality means it speaks about money of the organization. As a result of poor quality, the organization profit will be eaten by these poor quality products or poor quality services or mistakes taken place because of not doing the things at the very first time in a very correct manner. So as a result, we need to identify what are those costs which are not actually shown in our accounts in most situations. Those are scraps, rework, waste, customer complaints, liabilities, and many other things as shown in this slide. If you look at these costs, if there is a waste, we need to not only calculate how much cost that involved because of generating that waste, not only that, we need to dispose it. Therefore, once the waste is generated, the raw material we have used for that waste, electricity, man hours, and also the method that we are going to dispose it as a transport or incinerate, all are cost. So when we calculate this cost, it comes at the end of the year as a huge amount. But many companies are neglected this. They are not going to capture these costs. They just look at it's a waste and throw it away. But on one side that, on the other side, when the waste disposed, what will happen? That disposal will have an impact for environment. So as a company, that also a problem when it comes to the environmental issues. All these things are happening because the things are not done properly at the very first time. How these wastes are taking place? There is defective products. When the products are manufactured, part of the products are good, part of the products are bad products. Bad products, we re-inspect it. Once we re-inspect, sometimes reprocess, we can correct it, and part of that may be put again to the good side. But there's a remaining part there that we can't repair or we can't correct it. Those we go as a defective products, as a waste. So if we can eliminate that waste generation, what will happen is that waste generation, if we can reduce, that will add to our profit. Same as customer complaints. If you look at the customer complaints, if you when the company receives a complaint, customer complaint, we have to go back to the customer and we have to meet him or we have to collect that. We have to send a party. So when we send a party, company people, the man-hour cost, the vehicle cost, once it comes the complaint product or complaint thing, we have to investigate it. Again, cost involved. So therefore, all these which I have shown in that slide, all are cost for us. So those costs we have to eliminate. In doing so, in our organization, when we go to our organization, we need to change our accounting system. How do we change our accounting system? We need to capture, in a way to capture these costs, we should change our accounting system. In order to ensure that there is a possible and simple way to capture these costs are categorized as internal failure cost, external failure cost, appraisal cost, and preventive cost. So these four categories can be used as headlines to capture each cost area, and then we can take action to address these and to minimize, and as a result, inside our organization, waste generation and defect products generation, customer complaints reduction, like that kind of actions we can take. For example, if you look at the internal failures, before sending to the customer, we identify the defects, where we do inspections, and when through inspection we identify good ones, bad ones. So the bad ones we just stop it, and good ones we send it to the customer. So the bad ones, when we calculate how much cost involved for bad ones, so that is called internal failure cost, right? Then if we take external failures, when we do our costing, we have sent the product to the outsiders. So then outsiders will identify there is a defect. Then we have to go and collect that. Sometimes we have to product recall, recall from the market. That is part of the external failure. That some complaint, customer will make a complaint. That is part of the external failure. Sometimes we have to go and we have stocks in various places. Those products are now not up to the standard. Therefore, what we have to do is we need to evaluate those field activities, and then we have to see how much of defective products are there. What is the cost? That is called external failure cost. So then we have learned now external failure cost, internal failure cost. Those are poor quality related costs. But there should be a way to minimize these. The way that we can use to minimize this, we can bring in appraisal related activities. That is, we do inspections and testing at the critical points once we are doing our activities. So inspection and testing, and not only that, we can do quality audits where we audit and see what are the root causes which are taking place in the organization with respect to various issues. We can review the quality records and find out what has happened over the years, what kind of trends are taking place all these during these months. That is called appraisal cost, which will help us to address these failures to minimize it. And not only that, we can also bring in some preventive actions within our organization. Those preventive actions, as shown in this slide, you can see costs for various activities, such as we can ensure that people have been trained properly, they have understood the requirement, they know the techniques how to apply it, and we can institute quality implementation program. Then they have an idea where how we should do that and what we should do in order to avoid any defects or generating of waste within the organization. Therefore, we can see that if we will not do these things, what will happen is our bottom line will get attacked with the poor quality products and waste generated, which will affect our profit. So therefore, what we should do, we should ensure that our accounting system has been changed to capture, as shown in this slide, to capture prevention cost, appraisal cost, internal failure cost, and external failure cost. Once we have that kind of streamlined system in our organization, in the accounting system, we can ensure that our internal, external failures, poor cost has been minimized. As a result, the profitability is increasing, and therefore what will happen is we need not to jack up the final product price. We can give the final product to the customer same price because unwanted cost we address. Therefore, the notion which we have discussed, investment for quality, will not give us any return, is not correct. As shown in this slide, you can see that benefits of cost of poor quality related things. Once we address what are the benefits we will get. So with that, I will write up this presentation. Thank you very much.